Hello students, welcome once again to the digital lecture series organized by Shiksha Mandal's Bajaj College of Science, Wardha. We have started with the unit that is ionic equilibrium and qualitative properties. This is our lecture 3 of this unit, and in this lecture we are going to discuss the ionization equilibrium equations for weak acids and weak bases. Let's first discuss the ionization equilibrium of weak acids. Now consider any weak acid Ha. Now let us take the degree of dissociation of the weak acid Ha to be alpha. Now the ionization equilibrium of the weak acid Ha can be represented as this Ha aqueous plus H2 reversibly giving H3O plus, that is hydronium ions, aqueous plus A minus, that is anions of the weak acid. Now initially when you just add the weak acid to water, the concentration, that is initial concentration of Ha, let us it to be let's take it to be C moles per dm cube. And at the same time, what will happen? Because you have just added those molecules to water, there will be no dissociation initially, and hence concentration of the ions, we will consider them to be zero. They will be zero because there is no dissociation at the very beginning. And the final concentration, this final concentration is the concentration of Ha and ions after equilibrium is established. So once the equilibrium is established between these undissociated molecules and the ions, that is the ionic equilibrium is established, the final concentrations are shown here. The C1 minus alpha, this will be the remaining concentration of Ha, and the C alpha, it is the concentration of the ions which are produced. Now how this come out to be C1 minus alpha or C alpha, let us see in the another slide. Yes, in this slide I will explain how the remaining concentration of Ha at equilibrium is C1 minus alpha, and how the concentration of ions produced it is C alpha. So we know that the degree of dissociation or the degree of ionization is nothing but the ratio of number of solid molecules dissociated at a given time to the total number of solid molecules added to the solution. Now, when we apply this equation to the aqueous solution of the weak acid Ha, you will get degree of dissociation or degree of ionization alpha equal to the ratio of number of Ha molecules dissociated at equilibrium to the total number of Ha molecules added to the solution. Now, this number of Ha molecules dissociated at equilibrium will be the same as the number of H plus or H3O plus ions produced inside the solution, and it will be equal to the number of A minus ions which are produced at the equilibrium. Now the total number of Ha molecules which are added to the solution, it can be indicated with the help of initial concentration of Ha which was added to the solution. So this alpha we can express in terms of concentration of ions and the initial concentration of H. So alpha can be equal to the concentration of HA molecules dissociated, which is nothing but the concentration of H3O plus or A minus ions, which are generated at or which are present in the solution at the stage of equilibrium. And the total number of HA molecules added to the solution can be that is nothing but the initial concentration of HA molecules in the solution. So this alpha is equal to concentration of H3O plus divided by C, that is the initial concentration of HA. And hence the concentration of H3O plus ions equals to, you can take C to this side, so alpha C. And the number of H3O plus ions produced is equal to the number of A minus ions produced, and the concentration of H3O plus at equilibrium will be equal to the concentration of A minus ions at equilibrium, which will be equal to alpha multiplied by C. Now, the concentration of H3O plus ions, which is equal to the concentration of A minus ions and which is equal to alpha C, is nothing but the concentration of HA molecules which have undergone dissociation. So the dissociated HA molecules, uska jo concentration hai, it is nothing but equal to alpha C, as well as this alpha C indicates the concentration of A minus ions at equilibrium and concentration of hydronium ions at the equilibrium. Now, the concentration of undissociated HA molecules at equilibrium. Undissociated HA molecules at equilibrium, it will be equal to initial concentration of HA माइनस कॉन्सेंट्रेशन ऑफ डिसोसिएटेड HA molecules. इसका मतलब क्या है कि अगर आपको अनडिसोसिएटेड HA molecules का अमाउंट पता करना है कि कितना एसिड उसके मोलिकुलर फॉर्म में है, अनडिसोसिएटेड फॉर्म में है, तो आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा, यू विल हैव टू सब्सट्रैक्ट the dissociated HA amount, dissociated acid amount from the total acid amount. Total acid amount is given by initial concentration of HA, and this dissociated amount is given by concentration of dissociated acid. So the concentration of undissociated HA I have shown here as concentration of HA is equal to initial concentration, we already have indicated it as C, एंड द कॉन्सेंट्रेशन ऑफ डिसोसिएटेड HA, वो हमने पिछली स्लाइड में देखा है कि कॉन्सेंट्रेशन ऑफ डिसोसिएटेड HA इज नथिंग बट द कॉन्सेंट्रेशन ऑफ आयंस प्रोड्यूस्ड, so it is equal to alpha C. So we are getting equation for concentration of HA at equilibrium is equal to C minus alpha C. उसमें से C कॉमन निकालो दोनों टर्म्स में से, you will get HA is equal to C1 minus alpha. So we have substituted the same things, that is we have substituted these concentrations equal to alpha C, and we have substituted this concentration equal to C1 minus alpha in this dissociation equilibrium. So yes, here we have substituted them. So now when we apply the law of mass action to this particular dissociation equilibrium, applying the law of mass action to the above equilibrium, we get such type of equation. Ka, which is nothing but the dissociation constant of the acid HA, is equal to concentrations, multiplication of concentration of these ions divided by the concentration of undissociated acid molecules. So this Ka is equal to C alpha into C alpha. We are substituting their values. which we have derived. I have explained you their derivation. So C alpha dot C alpha divided by C1 minus alpha. So here one C in the numerator and one C in the denominator, they will get cancelled. So you will get C alpha square upon 1 minus alpha. Now here one point is that important thing. So the weak acids, they have very less alpha. It is the value of alpha for weak acid is much smaller compared to 1. Hence we can ignore alpha compared to 1. So इसको अगर इग्नोर कर देंगे तो यहाँ पर सिर्फ 1 बचेगा. Anything divided by 1, it is the same thing. So C alpha square divided by 1 will be equal to C alpha square, which is written here. So Ka is equal to C alpha square. And hence alpha square will be equal to Ka upon C. C को अगर इधर लेके जाएंगे तो वो डिनोमिनेटर में जाएगा. And hence taking square root on both the sides, we will get alpha is equal to under root Ka upon C. So this equation indicates that the degree of dissociation of the weak acid is inversely proportional to the square root of its concentration. So this particular equation is nothing but the mathematical form of Ostwald dilution law, which says that the degree of dissociation of a weak electrolyte is inversely proportional to the square root of its concentration. Now this is all about the acid, on which a 3-mark question may be asked. Now moving to the bases. That is also important. Either there will be a question on acid or bases. So just the way we considered a weak acid HA, in the same way we have to consider a weak base. Consider the weak base BOH, where B will be the cation, B plus will be the cation, and OH minus will be the anion. Now again, consider the degree of ionization of this base BOH. Base BOH to be equal to alpha. So the degree of ionization of the base BOH is alpha. Hence the dissociation equilibrium or the ionization equilibrium for the base BOH, it can be represented like this. BOH aqueous form means added to water. It will dissociate to form B plus plus OH minus. This reversible arrow is indicated because very few BOH molecules will be, or BOH units will be converted to ions, and most of the BOH will remain in this form. Now initially when you add BOH to water, almost no dissociation is taking place. So the initial concentration, that is this C moles per dm cube, it is nothing but the concentration of BOH which is added to water. And in the beginning, at the very start, when you just add a BOH to water, what you will see that there is no dissociation, hence the concentration of B plus and the concentration of OH minus, they will be zero. Now after some time, that is after the equilibrium is established, then you will get the final concentration of BOH to be C1 minus alpha. That is final concentration is the concentration at equilibrium for undissociated BOH base. Its concentration will be C1 minus alpha. And after dissociation, how much ions are formed? Their concentration will be same, that is C alpha, C alpha. So again, we can show how these are C1 minus alpha or C alpha C alpha, that we can show for the base also. Just हमने acid के लिए देखा है. Similar discussion can be done for the base also. See here, नंबर ऑफ सोल्यूट मॉलिक्यूल्स अल्फा का डेफिनेशन है ये इक्वेशन, यानी रेशियो ऑफ नंबर ऑफ सोल्यूट मॉलिक्यूल्स डिसोसिएटेड एट अ गिवन टाइम to the total number of solute molecules added to the solution. Now same equation we are applying to the base BOH. तो क्या मिलेगा यहाँ पर, अल्फा इज इक्वल टू नंबर ऑफ BOH molecules dissociated at equilibrium to the total number of BH molecules added to the solution. Now the number of BOH molecules which are dissociated at equilibrium, the same number of B plus ions and the same number of OH minus ions are formed, and hence the BOH amount which is dissociated can be indicated by the concentration of B plus or OH minus at equilibrium. And the total number of BOH molecules which are added to the solution, this number, it is gives you the, it is can be indicated by initial concentration of BOH molecules in the solution. And hence this concentration of B plus, it is indicated here, concentration of B plus, and initial concentration of BOH, it is nothing but C moles per dm cube. Again we are rearranging the equation, we will get the concentration of B plus equal to alpha multiplied by C. Now how many B plus ions are produced, the same number of OH minus are also produced there, and hence their concentration will also be equal to alpha C at equilibrium. Now this B plus and OH minus, इनका जो concentration है ये क्या indicate करता है, it is the concentration of dissociated BOH molecules, and so concentration of dissociated BOH molecules is equal to alpha C. And hence from this we can calculate the concentration of undissociated BOH at equilibrium. It is the initial concentration of BOH which is C, and concentration of dissociated BOH which is nothing but the so here actually there should be BOH. So this is indicating the concentration of undissociated BOH ion BOH molecules. It is C minus alpha C. C कॉमन निकालेंगे तो क्या मिलेगा, C1 minus alpha. So similar discussion which was held for the discussion which was held for weak acid, same discussion we are doing for the weak base. So that their derivations are also similar to each other. So here we have substituted those concentrations which we have derived. So the final concentration, that is the concentration for BOH at equilibrium, is C1 minus alpha, and the concentration of B plus and concentration of OH minus. Both the ions, their concentrations at equilibrium, they are C alpha and C alpha. Now applying the law of mass action to this dissociation equilibrium, what you will get? You will get such type of equation, that is Kb is equal to concentration of B plus multiplied by concentration of OH minus divided by concentration of undissociated BOH. So substituting the terms for all these three, you will get C alpha multiplied by C alpha divided by C1 minus alpha. 1C from numerator, 1C from denominator, they will get cancelled, and you will get such equation C alpha square divided by 1 minus alpha. But the weak acid, sorry, here you will, weak bases, they dissociate to a very small extent. So the weak bases dissociate to a very small extent, that is the degree of dissociation or degree of ionization for weak bases, it is much less compared to 1. So here you can ignore this alpha compared to 1. इसको अगर ignore कर देते because it is negligible compared to 1, what will happen? So denominator will have only 1, जो अपने को लिखने की ज़रूरत नहीं. So C alpha square divided by 1, you can simply write C alpha square. So Kb, that is dissociation constant of weak base BOH. Kb is equal to C alpha square. So this is the simplified equation for dissociation constant of the weak base. Similar equation we obtained for the dissociation constant of weak acid also. So only difference is that here there is Ka, that is dissociation constant of weak acid. This is concentration of the weak acid, initial concentration of the weak acid inside the solution, and this is the degree of dissociation of the weak acid. The same equation we have obtained for the weak base also. So Kb is equal to C alpha square, and hence here rearrangement you will get rearranging and taking the square root. You will get C इधर लेके जाओगे तो डिनोमिनेटर में जाएंगे, and what you will get alpha is equal to, so the alpha is equal to under root kb upon c. kb c नहीं है, kb upon c है. Thus alpha is inversely proportional to the square root of its concentration. Same equation as that of acid we have obtained here. So now the same equation was obtained in both the cases, weak acid as well as weak base. So this equation is nothing but the Ostwald dilution law. So Ostwald's dilution law can be stated as the degree of dissociation is inversely proportional to the square root of the concentration of the solution. So for any weak electrolyte, whether it is a weak base or weak acid, its degree of dissociation is inversely proportional to its concentration inside the square root of its concentration inside the solution. Now concentration is nothing but the reciprocal of the volume, and hence we can write here that the degree of dissociation is directly proportional to the square root of dilution or the square root of volume of the solution. So alpha is directly proportional to the square root of volume. So these both are the statements of Ostwald dilution law. Now this law is applicable only to the weak electrolytes, and that too in dilute solutions. So that's about the Ostwald dilution law. Its statement is important for 1 mark. Now I have solved a numerical here. A monobasic acid has a dissociation constant equal to 2.5 into 10 raised to power minus 6. So what is given? Dissociation constant is given of a acid. Now from this dissociation constant we have to calculate its degree of dissociation and hydrogen ion concentration, and the concentration of its solution is given, that is 0.05 molar aqueous solution. So what is given? We have summarized here. Dissociation constant is given 2.5 into 10 raised to power minus 6, and concentration is given, that is C is equal to 0.05 molar. So both the values can be substituted into this equation for degree of dissociation, that is alpha is equal to square root of Ka by C. So substitute K in the numerator, C in the denominator, and you get this value for alpha. So alpha is equal to 7.07 into 10 raised to power minus 3. So it is nothing but 0.00707. So that small value is for the alpha. इतना छोटा रहता है alpha for the weak acids or weak bases, या इससे भी छोटा रहता है. Now once you know the alpha, you can substitute into the concentration of H plus ions. Equation for concentration of H plus ions is nothing but the equation for H3O plus ion concentration. हमने निकाला था ये. So concentration of H plus is nothing but equal to concentration of H3O plus. It is equal to alpha C. So alpha we have just calculated, C is given. So multiplying both, you will get concentration of H plus or H3O plus ions at equilibrium. So this is the concentration. Such simple numericals can be asked. So I will give some numericals in the assignments also or in the quizzes also. So you will have to solve there and give the answers. So what we have learned in today's lecture is dissociation of weak acid, dissociation of weak bases and equations related to them. From them, those equations we have studied the Ostwald's dilution law and we have also solved a numerical. So thank you and keep studying.